In this video, I'm going to talk about the types of US visas. Okay. Okay. First is is US citizens, like people who can work in USA. Okay. US citizen. These people, US citizens, they are born and brought up in USA. They are born in USA and they are brought up in USA. They are US citizens, and in this they are allowed to work in USA for any company. Okay. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what who are authorized to work in US. Okay. US citizens, they can work for any company. First. Second is green card holders. Green card. Okay. These green cards are permanent resident citizens of USA, and they are also allowed to work for any company. They can just go and attend an interview and start working for a company. Okay. Uh, Now, US citizens, green cards, both they can just start working for anybody in the US, any company in the USA. Now is like there is a visa called EAD. EAD. Having an EAD authorized document is one way to prove that you are authorized to work in USA for a specific period of time. Okay. So like EAD is employment authorization document. Okay. If you have this, EAD is one way to prove that you are authorized to work in USA for a specific period of time. Okay, so if you have EAD, you will have the permission to work for companies for a specific period of time in USA. Okay, like companies, sometimes they will mention in the job description what kind of people they prefer. Some companies they will hire only green cards and citizens. Some may be willing to hire people who have EAD, employment authorization document. Some may be willing to work with H1B visas also. Okay, so the companies they will mention in the job description like what kind of candidates the recruiter should look for. He should look for only green cards or citizens, or if he can look for people who have a H1B visa or employment authorization document, right? Because like if a company hires like EAD and uh, and his work authorization gets over in the middle of the project may get affected, right? So but if he, instead of hiring EAD, if the company hires a green card or a citizen, he is allowed to work for as long as he wants in for the company. EAD. Okay, EAD is employment authorization document, and EAD, having an employment authorization document, is one way of proving that you are authorized to work in the United States for a specific period of time. Okay. That's EAD. Now, like H1B visa. H1B visa is like recently there is this news about H1B visa, Anna. Okay, I'll let you know what H1B is. H1B is like you have to have an employer uh, I mean, here I'll explain you. This is employer. This is Microsoft. Okay, so H1B, a person who has H1B will be employed by this employer. Okay, this H1B candidate will be employed by an employer, and he will work for Microsoft through this employer. Okay, so Microsoft will hire you through this employer. Okay, how you, so your salary, Microsoft will pay your salary if you have a H1B visa. Microsoft will pay like your salary to the employee, and this employee will take a percentage of salary and he will give the rest of the salary to you. Okay, Microsoft will pay the employer, and the employer will take certain amount of your salary, and then he will pay you the salary, the candidate who is working for the company, he'll pay. That is how H1B works. So this H1B, he cannot directly go to Microsoft and start working. He has to go through employer. Okay, so H1B will work for Microsoft through employee. Okay, so and employee is responsible for sponsoring the H1B applications petition. The application cannot simply apply for his own, and the petition must demonstrate an employer-employee relationship between the company and the applicant. Okay, so yeah, he H1B cannot work directly for Microsoft. He has to work for Microsoft through an employer. Okay, so yeah, that is what H1B is. And yeah, it's like okay, it's like corporation to corporation. Okay, I'll explain you H1B again. There is Microsoft, and there is another company. Okay, XYZ Limited. Okay, so you are a software engineer. You can't work directly for Microsoft. Like, you will be working for Microsoft through XYZ Limited. Okay, Microsoft will pay XYZ Limited. Microsoft, it's like XYZ Limited is providing your services to Microsoft. So Microsoft will pay XYZ Limited, and XYZ Limited will take some percentage of your salary and give it to you. That's what H1B is. Like the XYZ, you are working for XYZ Limited, and XYZ Limited is providing your services to Microsoft. Okay, you will be going to Microsoft office, and you will be working for Microsoft at the Microsoft office, but you will be an employee. You will not be you will not be like an employer of like. You will be working through XYZ Limited. You will be an employee of XYZ Limited, and you will be going to Microsoft and working there. That's what H1B is. That is H1B, and that I hope you understood what H1B is. Now there is one more visa called TN visa. TN visa. TN visa allows citizens of Canada and Mexico to work in United States. Okay, so like Canadian citizens and Mexican citizens, they get this TN visa and they are allowed to work in USA. So how a person can become a green card? First, he will have to go to USA and through an employer work for an American company for 6 years, I think. Yeah, yeah. After 6 months, 6 years in USA, a H1B worker. Okay, after working for 6 years as on a H1B visa, uh, you will be eligible to apply for a green card. So what happens is, like, you will become a H1, you'll work for uh, some years as H1B visa, then you get EAD, like employment authorization document, and then you can, after after working for 6 years, you can apply for green card. Okay, so you work for, yeah, but this is how the process is. Like, first you are H1B, then you become a EAD, then you get a green card. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. uh, that's it. Thank you.